finally decided to do it. All right, so we are gonna go 525 as like a last final warm up. Probably will end up going 545 today. Like I would love to go higher than that, but to be honest, I've not been squatting as much as I want to, like frequency wise. So I've only been hitting it once per week. I need to up that to 2 to 3 times a week if I actually want to get better at this. Need to prioritize it. So it's like every week I come in, I'm like, it's gonna be a 545 day. We need to get that up. Heavy singles, gotta go up. 545 smoked for a single. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie, probably RP 8.5 to 9, like closer to RP 9, like I will admit, but it still gives me the confidence. It was a good rep, it felt good, I got good depth, no crazy sticking points, felt good, felt smooth, and I feel good. We're doing back down sets right now with 445. This should be about 75% of my estimated 1 hour max right now, for another 3 sets of 4. Let's knock this out and then finish up the rest of the leg day. All right, look guys, so I finally decided to do it. I'm taking the plunge. I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm doing. And it's not steroids. Let me show you. All right guys, so right there, the nationwide Columbus Marathon registration confirmation right there, which is officially, I believe it's Sunday, October 19th, 2025. So just a couple of months away. So I feel like kind of cliche, more running, everybody in Austin's running, everybody's doing marathons nowadays, but I think it's the, necessary next step for me. It makes sense. It's the next thing that I haven't done yet that, would push me to be a better athlete, better runner, etc. I have done 3 half marathons now and a half Ironman that includes a half marathon in it. And I'm like, all right, 26 miles, all foreign territory. So we have to do it. I want to see what I can do. Obviously, it's going to involve a lot more running coming up over the next few months. But with that being said, I'm not fully diving into the running as far as running 5, 6, 7 times a week. My goal is to be the best runner I can be at 215 to 220 pounds on the strength side of things, or lose progress by losing muscle mass. I want to still be 220 pounds, crossing through that finish line and putting up a good time and good numbers in the process. So obviously the next question is, what race am I doing? How far out is the race? And what is the goal when it comes to time for the race? So we're doing the Columbus Marathon, October 19th. I think it puts us just under 13 weeks out now. So we have time to dial it in. We have time to get better once again. I'm glad I've kept up with the running since my Ironman 70.3, but we need to turn it up a notch and start getting a long run in every single week. I'd like to take it a step further in the next coming weeks, kind of see what I might be capable of, because I think I can for sure do a sub 4. All right, guys, just hit 4 miles. Let's wrap this thing up, finish this thing strong, and I'm ready to hop in the cold plunge right now. And that is gonna wrap up today's run. 4.17 miles. Heart rate a little bit sky high on this one. It's supposed to be an easier run. Of course, I didn't run today until 4 p.m. So as you can tell, a bit sweaty, a bit overheated, and heart rate was pumping by the end, I'm not gonna lie. But this is how we are looking right now. Post run woke up at like 218 pounds this morning. It's not the worst look in the world. I definitely have sized down. Like I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I definitely have sized down a bit, but it's all right. It's a different phase right now. But I'll wrap up the run. Let's go jump into this cold plunge immediately. All right, so we're rocking 43 degrees today in this bad boy. We've gotten a little bit colder and colder and colder. Started off at 50. It's supposed to be set to 42. For some reason, it's 43. Let's jump in there. I'm dying. Let's do this thing. Either way, it's gonna be cold, but it feels way better after a run. Oh man, that's brisk. That's quite brisk. Oh my God. Ooh, that is absolutely, wow, that is absolutely freaking brutal. At the 43 degrees, it doesn't seem to be that big of a change. And granted, I was coming out of a run too, but wakes you up immediately. Like the difference between 50 degrees and that 42, 43 degrees is crazy. Now this thing goes down to 37. I'm gonna have to try it eventually, but I just know another 6 degrees is going to be, it's gonna be incredibly cold, but that felt great. We're good. 4 mile run done. Cold plunge done.
Could have been 30, could have been a G. Should've never snitched. Why you take it to police? Now they're looking at you funny when you're walking down the street, looking at you like food, trying to see where they can eat. Me, I'm like Wallow and Gilly with the game. You don't really wanna act silly, behave. When I was on stage and a million gets made. I need that breeze. I feel sorry for Skepta, they copy these flow, but they say that it's a new flow. Imitation don't flatter me, but it's cool though. Should've ever left the guy alone in my studio. Put them in the coffin, get them on a tombstone. Yeah, I got half of the price of a kudo. Living like a boss man, nothing like Hugo. I need that good price. When the plug turned pagan, tweaking, took an inflation, pieces needed, getting impatient, blood, everybody getting complacent, leg, work, step on the pavement, victory lap, I'm back in the station, I'm really a psycho, Patrick Bateman, if you see her with me, she's taken. White bitch on Deepak, chillin', T-Pot, 2 left feet, do Reebok, shawty did freelance, now she a freak, that should've never let that bitch alone with my.
So anyways, I decided we're just gonna send it, we're gonna go all out, we're gonna do 4 runs per week going forward for the marathon prep. We're wrapping up an 18-mile week right now. I just did a 6-miler this morning, and now we're hitting our back workout. And to be honest, it's like one way or the other. Either we run in the morning when it's not too hot and lift in the afternoon when it's crazy hot, or we try and run in the afternoon. I think I'd rather at least do the run when it's not as hot in the morning. So we got that done, felt really freaking good, and now it's like, bro, we're to that point in the Texas summer where it's like stiflingly hot out. So trying to work out in the garage gym, we got the fans blasting, and it's still like, it's rough, man. I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit rough. So like I said, we're gonna go 4 runs per week. I'm going all out. I'm sending it all in. I said we might do 3, we're gonna do 4. We're gonna do a proper marathon prep, do the best we can. I wanna hit sub 4, but I also wanna maintain the muscle mass that I have throughout the prep. We've done it before with the Ironman prep. Got to do it with the marathon prep now. We're just gonna be running a lot more mileage. So like I said, we're at 18-mile week this week. I do think this presents a good challenge for myself. Now, like I've already done similar challenges to this, but I think, like I explained earlier on in the video, something about like physically running for 4 hours just always like scared me, right? If I could do a swim, a bike, and a run, split it up into, you know, I could bike for 3-4 hours, like it's fine. But I think something about like physically having to be on your feet running for that entire time has always scared me. And again, I wouldn't say like I particularly like enjoy running that much, but I've done it a lot more over the last like 1 to 2 years. And it's definitely grown on me a bit. I don't think nearly anybody likes running when they start, but once you start feeling the improvements that you're making and you start just like aerobically start feeling better. And, you know, I was 260 pounds just getting winded after a set of, you know, bench press or whatever. And that's all I could do. I could just lift and I was strong, but that was it. You know, even aesthetic wise, physique wise, I wasn't at the peak. It's like I'm kind of going more towards how can I become the most well-rounded, balanced athlete that I possibly can be. And I think at the top level of anything, you have to sacrifice something, right? If I'm going to be the best runner in the world, I got to sacrifice the size, the strength, even the aesthetics to some portion. If I want to be the strongest powerlifter in the world, well, I certainly have to sacrifice the aerobics, the running, even the physique. Let my physique kind of go a couple of years ago. So there's always something you have to sacrifice, but I'm trying to be the most well-rounded that I can be. That's why I think the intent of this marathon prep is like challenge myself with something that's always scared me. Like a marathon always seems like such a crazy accomplishment for myself, traditionally being a football player, a lifter, and that's what I did, right? I, you know, did sprints and was able to run, you know, fast for a short period of time. So doing something like this is like, whoo, this is like freaking nuts for me. But I think being the absolute most well-rounded, holding on to size, holding on to strength, being within that 95% of my capability when it comes to strength, when it comes to physique, aesthetics, and size, but still being able to do, I don't know, like the best absolute job that I can in the running side of things, be, you know, put together the best marathon prep, the best marathon time that I can within those kind of limitations, holding my size, holding my strength. And I think there's a lot that we can still do. So, like I said, this isn't to say, you know, not to give you some cliche speech about you got to do hard things and you have to get outside your comfort zone, but it is true, right? Like for me, whenever it is that you want to do, like do something hard that is going to force you to kind of even just open up your mind a little bit to what is possible, right? The first half marathon that I ran, I was like, man, there's no way I can run a half marathon. That is crazy. Then I do it and I'm like, okay, that wasn't that bad. Done a couple of them, then do an Ironman 70.3 and it's like, it's nothing compared to these guys who are running ultra marathons, this and that. But it's amazing like how much your mind just opens up to the realm of what is possible once you see that you can do it, once you see that somebody else can do it. You know, sometimes it's like a buddy of yours runs a marathon or a close friend or someone does like an Ironman or something. You're like, wait, like he did it. I could have never expected that guy to do it. And it just opens up the realm of possibilities. And then once you do it yourself, you're like, oh, what else can I do, right? So pushing yourself to do something hard, no matter what it is. And I've done, like, I talk about this a little bit, like I've done literally 7 bodybuilding shows now, 6 powerlifting meets, 3 half marathons, an Ironman 70.3, and soon to be a full marathon. And every time you do something, you realize that you're capable of so much more than you thought before. And I think that's the whole point, is if you didn't challenge yourself to do these things, you just would never progress to the level that you possibly could otherwise. So that's where I'm at. Sub 4-hour marathon prep, coming in hot. We're running 4 times a week, like I mentioned. And yeah, I'm freaking excited for it. Freaking excited to see what we can do. And you know, I'm glad to not be bulking to 260 anymore and just like, I feel good. I feel like this is almost like the best that I've ever consistently looked. I feel like I look lean. I still look big. My running's improved significantly. I just went out, ran 6 miles at a 9-minute pace yesterday, and it's not that bad. And I'm like, we got more in the tank. Like I can do this. So excited for it. If that shows you guys anything, it's like, do something that scares you. Do something that makes you uncomfortable. Because for me, this, even just running a long distance makes me feel very uncomfortable. The fact that, oh man, I got to go out there and do this for 3-4 hours plus is a bit scary, but we'll get it done regardless. That's the whole thing. We'll get it done regardless. We'll get it done no matter what. Thank you guys for watching this video. This will be episode 1. We got a lot more really, really good videos coming up. I'm getting back on my grind with YouTube. I know I've said this before, but we're getting back on the grind with the YouTube. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys need supplements, code Dengler for 15% off raw nutrition, code Dengler10 for GYMSHARK. If you guys want coaching, we have a couple spots open for August for one-to-one coaching. This is your opportunity to work with me and my team super closely, get in the best shape of your life. Hit the link down below to apply and see if you'll be accepted for the team. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys soon.